Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, welcome, and thanks to anyone that's been subscribed for a while or new. That's lovely of you to join me. Today I'm going to do these, which is a steampunk set, and I'm going to use some Rachael acrylic and overlay with a builder gel. So I'm still using Eve because my own fingers aren't quite cured as yet, and I've already made a start, so I've put some stiletto tips on, and I'm just showing you what I'm using there. This is popcorn. This is a core acrylic powder from Rachael Wilders. This one is Madrid, which is a lovely rusty glittery colour, and then a little bit of a shimmer in this one. This is patina, and meringue kisses. Now these three were in the range that she's got, where she's selling off all the powders with the old packaging at £1 each, so you get random colours coming through, but I've not had many duplicates, to be honest. And that was a nail sugar glitter, and I think these little watch parts were from nail sugar as well. And then a little bit of gold sort of mylar flakes from Amazon. So I've already put the tips on, and then I wanted to go in and just do a little thin layer with the core powder just to add some strength. And if I were doing this on natural nails, I'd probably use clear for this, but Eve don't mind. I won't be filing down to a nail bed, so she won't mind that at all. So I'm just putting it over the joint and doing this thin layer all the way down to strengthen it. And normally I would do that before I start doing any filing of the sides. You know, you put the tips on, sometimes it might stick out or not be quite the right shape for you. So these stilettos I've just trimmed off at the top, or bottom, depending on which way you're looking at it, just to make them into more of a ballerina shape. Now this has got such a lovely consistency. It's really buttery, and I find Rachael Wilders is really easy to work with. I'm not using her monomer either, but I think as long as you've not got a cheap monomer, although they always recommend that you use the one that comes with it, I'll be using a one that I've had previously. It's probably a Wow Bow. It's a no MMA monomer, but yeah, as long as it's a good quality one, then I do find it works with Rachael Wilders. So if you can buy hers, great, but I don't need any more at the minute. So I've done the thumb and the little pinky just in the plain core powder, and then this one I decided I was going to do an extended nail bed. So I'm just building it up so I've got the height I need. I don't always do a decent apex on them because they're not going to be worn. It's more about looking at the design. But if they do look too flat, then I will build it, because otherwise they don't look nice in the photographs. Now these I decided to marble, and I didn't think you'd want to see me doing all of the marbling, so I've already done that on the little ring finger. And I'm using 3 of the colours, the 2 coppery ones and the meringue kisses, so all those mixed, and I'm just adding a little bit of time. Quite a wet mix so that I can blend them in together. And don't worry too much about doing that, because you want them all to look a little bit different anyway, so just play around and do what you want. Make sure I don't get too much on the edges, otherwise there'll be a hell of a lot of filing to do. Now if you want to save your colours, because you want to get your colours in little pots, you can do this and not do it very thick. Just get the colours in there that you want, and then you can always cap it with your clear acrylic. Or as I'm going to do today with this one, I'm going to cap it with the builder gel, because I think the clarity of them is absolutely amazing. And I'll show you, I've decanted my builder gel into a pump action pot, and you'll be able to see that in a minute. So I'm just filing around this a little bit just to make it a little bit smoother. I was quite happy with the shape in general, but you know, if you have a problem filing that so that it's in the centre, when I first started I had a problem making sure the point of the smile line was actually still in the centre of the nail and that it was the same on both sides. What you could do is either put a little pencil mark on your tip, or you could put a line of striping tape at the bottom, just so that you've got somewhere to point to. But a pencil mark could probably do it. Although don't forget that would show from the underside if you did that. If you put a bit of striping tape on, just till you've built that smile line, only up as far as you want to go with the acrylic, then you'll be able to peel it off after. So I just wanted to do a line around this smile line, but I didn't want to get the gel polish out. I wanted to keep these colours consistent, and I didn't have a gel polish in this similar colour, so I'm just doing that with a very, very thin layer of the copper acrylic powder. And then I want to try and leave that line in place without smudging it and do the marbling below that, and then I'll encapsulate that. So I've just sped this up to twice the speed to keep the video under half an hour, so it is still a fairly long one because we've got all the encapsulating to do. I think I've not sped it up too much so you can still see what I'm doing. And I'll show you a little bit of the filing, but not an awful lot, because you've seen me file nails before. So this is the Wren Moll. I got this, it's actually Saviland, one of their brands, and I got this on Amazon, quite a big pot, and I've decanted it into a vacuum pump bottle, and I've let it sit a while. And if you do decant it into a pump action, I think it's dead handy. It saves all that gloopy mess, but make sure that you've got one in a bottle that's not clear. Obviously you don't want it to be curing, so I've picked a white one, and then I've got a stopper that just goes in the end of that bottle just to stop it coming. But now it's established and started to come up the pump, I don't need to press on very much to get it out. So I'm just putting a very thin layer, watch, there you go, nice and clean and tidy. And little bit of a thin layer, and then I'm going to put some glitter and some of those little watch pieces into it, and then I'll do the same on the other two marbled nails as well. Now these pieces are fairly flat, so I've just bent them around, putting them on the soft pad of my finger and pressing the tip of a brush, very thin brush, into them, and just pressing that in until they go a little bit shaped, so they sit a bit flatter on the nail. Didn't matter too much where I'm putting it on here because there's going to be quite a lot of encapsulation, but it will matter quite a bit if you're putting them on top of your other colour. Say on the nail bed itself, you don't want them to stick out and have to make it too bulky. So bending them around a little bit is good. There you go. So I'm just going to use a little bit of that, and when I'm happy that it is where I want it, then I'll cure that before I do encapsulation. So I'm just putting little bits of glitter and little bits of the mylar in as well. So I'll play you a little bit of music and I'll be back when I've done the placing of all these little bits and pieces. So I'm just encapsulating with this clear builder gel, and you want to put quite a nice big blob up at the top and then keep your brush in contact with the gel all the way down, and then you'll keep it nice and clear and not make any bubbles in it. You can use gels on top of your acrylic so long as you've not buffed it within an inch of its life and made extremely smooth, and don't wipe it down with acetone or anything like that, because that'll eat into your acrylic, make it super smooth, and then the gel won't have anything to stick to. So you want your gel to be sticking to, you could base coat if you wanted first, but make sure that it's sticking onto something that it can grip onto. So I'm just going to tease it down the edges. As you can see, I've not built up the apex very much there, but I would probably build it a little bit more if I was wearing these on my own nails, but it's not too bad. It's not really thin. If you actually clipped into it, you'd realise they probably look thin, but they're not. They're quite thick when it comes up near the edge of my natural nail. But I just like the clarity of the builder gel. I know a lot of the acrylics are clear, but I don't think you can fail really with these gels. And I give these the full minute to cure before I would dream of doing any filing into it, because there's quite a lot of gel that we're putting on there. But I'm happy with that. So turn it over, just so I'm getting it's not coming over the edges too much. And then I'll cure that one and then move on to the next one. Yeah, I'm loving this, pumping it out of these bottles. So I'm going to put quite a bit on the bottom, and then it doesn't matter if I go up over onto that nail bed or not. That's entirely up to you. It doesn't need it because it's a coat powder. But I just want to make sure that there's no dip between that edge of the smile line and the gel that I'm putting on there. So I'll let you watch, and I'll pop back a little bit of music, and I'll see you in a second.
Finally don't get no fuss, finally be riding on my way. Finally woke up with some luck in the book. I don't give a what someone say. Finally got my friends in the back of my roller. We gon' make it big one day. We gon' make it big, I say. We gon' make it big, just stay in there. Stay in the moment. Stay in the moment with me. Give you a moment. Give you a moment with me. Smell all the roses. Smell all the roses with me. Just give you a moment. Stay in the moment with me. You woke up from a while. Haven't seen you smile since December. Ripped your heart, got a brand new one since you got lost in November. See it in your eyes when we leave for the night. Way too many heartbreaks still on your mind. Let the flame burn down for a while. Let the flame blur out for a while. Stay in the moment. Stay in the moment with me. Give you a moment. Give you a moment with me. Smell all the roses. Smell all the roses with me. Just give you a moment. Stay in the moment with me.
Right, so if you noticed in that last clip, I got the hand file out, and it does reveal a hell of a lot when you start to use your hand file. And you can see if there's any ups and downs in your gel before you go for your top coat. You can see as you're filing if there's any like divots or anything. And I decided that I'd not built it up enough between the smile line and the bottom of the nail to get that smooth line down. So I'm just adding a little bit more just to lift that apex. So I've done the initial shaping with the hand file, and it's one I just bought off Amazon. It's one of the metal backs, and you put your stickers on, and I think it's been great. And then I shall be moving on to the e-file. So we'll come back when I've done the e-filing and do a little bit of top coating. So I've given them all a good brush down, and then what I do, because I'm on this silicone hand, is I go off and wash it under the tap, and I just hold it with the nails down so nothing can go up into the cavity, and just rinse away all that dust. It sticks terrible to this silicone hand, so I've done all that and patted it dry, and then I'm coming back and I'm using the Nails top coat. It's a no wipe top coat. So I'm just going to apply this to the middle 3 fingers that we've got the Steampunk watch parts in, and then I've just got to apply the glitter to the pinky and the thumb. I've still got to get around to doing some Halloween nails, to be honest. And I've got another sheen haul coming. I went absolutely crackers after the first lot had come, and I thought, oh, I'm quite happy with all of that. I went in and bought some. I spent about £64, so I'll get that haul done for you. There's lots of stickers and all sorts, and there's a couple of bits and bobs to put in a giveaway. Thank you to any new subscribers. I probably said in the beginning, I've had quite a few in the last week or so, so it's lovely to have you to join our little nail community, and all the regulars that are often leaving comments. I love reading all your comments. Sometimes I give you a little heart, and then whenever I can, whenever I've got time, I'll try and reply, or if you've got any questions. If you have just joined me and you've not had a chance to look back at any previous videos, you'll see it's my journey into learning nails, and from YouTuber Cannabis. academy. And we have some trials and tribulations, but most of the time I'm quite happy with the results, and never stop learning. So I love this. This is nail sugar. I've got a few of their glitters now, and it's really pretty. So I'm just using a base coat to paint a smile line to the bottom of the nail, and then just sprinkling this on. And I've used base coat because I want to put a top coat over it. I don't want the roughness of the glitter, but you could do it into top coat if you wanted and you don't want to coat on top of it. But I could wear these myself, well, when I can get around to doing my own nails. I can wear these. If you're new to doing your own nails and you've not seen the rest of my videos as well, do be careful with any of these products. There can be products that you've used before and then all of a sudden you become allergic to it. And I'm always amazed at the amount of YouTubers that are qualified and have thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of subscribers, and they don't have gloves on, which is fine. That's up to them what they do. But then they show wiping down the nails with the bare fingers and things, and it makes me cringe. It frightens me to death, because knowing what I've just been through, and you never know what you're allergic to. So yeah, I'm hoping that once I recover from this bout that I'll be able to do my own nails and I'm not now allergic to everything, as a couple of people said I might be in the comments. If I do, don't worry, I shall carry on doing YouTube videos because I like the artistry of doing them, and I like learning things. I like to teach myself, so it's brilliant having YouTube. Absolutely brilliant. Look at that. Oh, I love it. So simple to do that line just with the brush from the bottle. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to press the like button. I don't think I said that enough. I think it makes a lot of difference, and it does help us out enormously if you click a like on a video, and obviously then it targets you to get the adverts for videos that you're going to be interested in. And there you go, top coat now over that, just to make sure it's nice and smooth. So let's get cracking. Go and get some more nails done. I'm enjoying watching loads of videos, and if you've got any recommendations for people for me to watch that do either acrylic gels, builder gels, soft gels, builder in a bottle. Oh, I've just bought some builder in a bottle as well, which I've not used before, so I'll show you that in another video. Just popping there some cuticle oil on, and just time to say thank you ever so much for watching. Love you loads, and I'll leave you with some of my reveal shots. Take care, look after each other. Bye.